Let's see how this goes. Let's see. I'm streaming. I'm online on Facebook. Oh, there we go. Facebook, I'm online. And I'm on Periscope, and I'm also on YouTube today. Going to give this a try. I'm going on restream.io, and going to try to increase things and see. Let's see if I'm really actually on Facebook. Be on my personal profile. There we go. Yep, it looks like I am. So get your pen or pencil ready. And you know, I think it'd be fun to do something like draw with me. Maybe that'll be the next one. So you just draw what you want on paper or anything, and paper or canvas or whatever, and then share it with me. Let's see, I'm gonna. Yep. Oh, I don't want to be. I don't want that. There we go. We got. Awesome. This is so much fun. And I'm going to take this chat and bring it out here so I can see what's going on. And also, I've got a couple of other updates to the stream here. If you look at the upper right or upper left, when you chat on any of those streams, we should be able to see your questions. So don't hesitate to comment. It's supposed to be interactive. Let's see. Okay, and the only problem with doing it this way is I don't know who's on and I can't say hello. Yeah. Let's see. Anyway, we're going to just get started today. So here's where I'm at today. This has been we're going to do a time lapse. So I started off with a selfie, like I do with most of my pieces, and just took a quick snapshot. And then I decided I was going to turn myself into Trump, because it seems like all we see is a big Shooow. And it doesn't matter. He's a entertainer, and from early on, he also knows how to manipulate the media, as so many of them do out there in the world. And it's just the big Shooow comes for both parties and from the media. It's all filled with propaganda, and if you're not watching several different sources, you aren't getting all of the information. And so that's kind of what's prompted this, is that it's kind of a three-ring circus. I spent an awful lot of time working on the self-portrait and turning myself into the Trumpster. And okay, so it spent a couple hours on this already, 3 hours on this. So thank you for everybody who comes in and says hi. My chat's still waiting for new messages, so really like it if somebody just say hi so that I can see whether or not everything's working on here. Yep, I've got at least 2 people on Facebook. Of course, Facebook would be the first ones to show up. I've never shown on Periscope before, so this is all new to me. And then on YouTube, if my personal channel on YouTube, my art channel. So, and then I decided I'd do some background work on this and bring in the three-ring circus, along with some donkeys and some elephants, or an elephant at least, all doing tricks, and some people in the crowd. And then we learned a lot yesterday, I learned a lot yesterday about shading, or being able to shade in a specific area. And I played a little bit with this afterwards and figured out how to keep the foreground Trump from being not being opaque, because we were seeing everything behind him. So that looks like that's it. It's 2.5 minutes. Wow. 3 days work in 2.5 minutes. So let's get started, and we'll use some of my techniques that I learned yesterday. Oh, I guess my eye pencil is not hooked up. So if your eye pencil is not hooked up, you open up the end and you plug it in. And it should recognize it soon. There we go. Let's see if that's working now. Yeah, it's working now. So that's kind of cool. So let's see, I'm on the Trumpster here. So let's go. I'm not totally sure that I'm happy with all the positions, but I think I'm going to go ahead and leave that elephant where he is. One of the things that I pointed out yesterday is if you copy a layer and then you slide it and it goes off the canvas, and then you leave it, you stop, it'll cut it off. This elephant here, this elephant here is missing. If I turn off, he's missing part of his foot. So actually what I want to do is take this elephant and change him up, and because I am missing part of his foot. Let's go ahead and turn this one on so I get the placement right. Oh, wow. I got that pretty darn close to the same, didn't I? So I'm going to select him again and move him over so we get his foot in there. And it looks like we're going to have to move our, I don't know, maybe this is a nice little trio of action going on there. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to leave that one on, and I'm going to delete the top one. There we go. And so he's on there. So first of all, I guess I'm going to do a new layer, and I'm going to add some line work on this so we can get him colored. Of course, he's going to be in the red realm. And get going. So he looks a little harried, and I kind of like that idea. Oh, let's make his opacity down just a little bit so we can kind of see what's going on. Oh, got the wrong color. Got the wrong color, got the wrong size. Something like that. And I'm on the wrong layer. There we go. Now we're cooking with Now, one of the things I want to make sure that I'm doing is closing what I mean is closing is everything doesn't leave any gaps, so that when I start coloring, see that gap there. I don't want that gap. He might be cute. And put his little ear in. Put his other ear in. think he's going to be covered somewhat by Trump. And then he's doing a little dance, or he's a balancing act, which most politicians do, right? Balancing act. Then I want to put his little toes in. Big old toes. Good morning. Oh, Chuck went ahead and tested my chat window. You could at least just said hi. That's awesome. And yeah, there's about a 40-second delay. That doesn't surprise me. It's got to go through the interwebs. Got to go through the interwebs. Oops. Okay, there we go. Gotta be deliberate when you move stuff around using 2 fingers. Then I got his big old rear end here, like that. And he's gonna have a little tail with some furs on the end. His big old foot on the back. And his other foot. It looks like he's kicking the other guy here. Kicking him when he's down and afraid, because the media keeps telling him everything's horrid. Right? Oh, that's fun. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's just turn off let's see where Trump is. Yeah, there we go. We got some things going on. And so we don't get confused about what's going on, we'll just we got some erasing to do, it looks like. That's just your fingers touching stuff. Oh, that eraser was huge. Okay. There we go. Yeah. And I want to make him look harried, so I'm going to bring this way down. That's too much. Give him another. Oh, there we go. Too much fun. Okay, so we're going to put some color on him. And we can do that. I'm going to put it, yeah. I'm not sure how I'm going to, oh, I know what I'm going to do. Come back here, and we're going to do a selection. There we go. So it's only him. And I'm actually going to invert. So I can paint on just him. So let's well, we won't worry about that right this second. Let's see. I'm going to select the black line too. So we're going to just see. Add, oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Okay. So we're going to pick that. Pick that. And that. We get it? And invert. And so if I paint on him, I want to mask. Oh. Mask that, and I want to mask that, and I want to mask that. And let's see if that works. Nope, I have to invert it. Goodness, this is... Because I just want to paint on where it's white. Yep, it'll stop on those black lines. See, those black lines are masked out as well. So I'm going to go over to my acrylic. And paint him in. He's big old red. GOP red. I'll get him a little darker on the bottom. What's this? And then we put some red, bright red on him. It's actually in the same bring a Oop, I just over that. Okay, there we go. I can work within I can color in the lines just like everybody else. Hi, Shelley. Good morning. Yes, the winter weather. Cold. It is really cold here today. It's going to be icy and nasty out to drive. Anybody who's doesn't need to go out today probably shouldn't go out. Stay home and watch football. That is not what I'm going to do, but football's a good thing. You know, that's the thing we do. We football, college, high school, professional. That's what we do. Yeah, if you don't know where that's from, that's okay. Yeah. A little watercolor thing going on here. This is really 20,000 times faster than doing it with real paint. And you can eliminate your mistakes quickly. Let's see. Put a little bit of... And so instead of putting all my colors on a layer like I did with the Trumpster, I'm actually painting all on the same layer because I'm more familiar with the brush and I feel better about using it that way. Coffee and paint. Yes, that's the breakfast of champions. Thanks, Shelley. And I'm so glad you're with me. Give me some entertainment as well. While I learn my Procreate. And then I'll go ahead and give him some brown hair. Actually, probably ought to have golden hair, shouldn't he? Give him some color in there. It's interesting to see how the paint, the acrylic wants to pick up those whites behind the... What's interesting is it's not picking up the blacks. You know, and I could have really simplified this just by using the... Just do the eyedropper. But I kind of want this watercolor effect. Kind of like it. I could go in and just drop the color in there. Oh, Maybe not. Maybe that was before I started painting. Yeah, it's starting to fill up stuff in there. Yeah, it's full. I wanted to make sure we weren't losing. And he even got the texture in there. That's just awesome. Give him a little bit more red. And some white. I'm going to use this yellow white. And then I want to go in here with a small brush and get his little harried eyes. Oh, it's crazy. I'm just trying to survive. You got to worry about my next election. Are they going to actually buy into my arguments? Oh. Yeah. Got to remember to look every once in a while. We're going to go ahead and give him yellow hair. You know, because mimicry. Well, if you're going to believe everything the media tells you. There's something about blonde hair and blue-eyed that makes you bad, bad, bad. That from people who want tolerance. There we go. Yep, and then we're going to get a little bit of white around there. Do-do-do. Sorry, I'm singing. I'm losing myself. That's what happens when I get to enjoying it. There we go. Let's see how he looks with Trump. Yeah, it's looking pretty darn good. I'm liking it. I think I would like his tail to be just a little darker. Might as well do that while I'm in here. There we go. At least on the bottom. A little shadow there. Maybe a little bigger. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's put the background on. Now, the problem is that he's opaque. Or translucent rather than opaque. So, let's fix that. Going in here, I'm going to go and turn this all off. And then I think I can grab the white. Finally figured out how to get a white. There, I'm just going to fill all that in. So, it's opaque. I'm going to zoom in. And you're welcome to critique my goofy characters because this is not what I do or have never done before much. I've played with it. I mean, every kid draws caricatures. Oh, got it on the black. think if I do opacity a little bit, get it just to the point, color drop threshold. It just gets just to the point. There we go. Oh, missing some down here. Just a little bit there. A little bit there. Yeah, just fill those babies up. It's awesome. Then let's turn him. Turn everything on. Take a look. Oh, I think I kind of like that. And I'm going to, boy, this thing's coming along much better than I would have anticipated. I'm going to turn both of these on and squish them together so they're one piece. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this elephant. Because if I want to do him again or something similar, I'm going to have to, I could just copy him from that layer and grab the black. Good morning, Diana. For anybody who doesn't know, Diana is my Diana's my mother-in-law. Go. Oh, Chuck went in and chatted from YouTube. That's awesome. All right, so let's see. Where are we on time? I can't even tell anymore. I don't even know where to look. So I've got the new system where I'm on YouTube and Periscope and Facebook all at the same time. Ooh, there we go. Maybe I can... I just don't know what's going on most of the time. That's okay. I get the freedom to fail because I'm in the United States. I get to be wrong. Okay. Let's see. We get to go in here and let's see. We'd move this guy around a little bit. You know, and I wasn't going to worry about perspective on this because, yeah, I think that I like this guy, so I'm going to delete that one. Go ahead and turn that guy off. For now, turn him on and add a layer. This is too much fun. Okay, so this little donkey, he's kicking up his heels. He's bigger than he should be. And I think that that's a part of the statement. He's bigger than he should be. Thinks he's more relevant, but he's also kind of hiding with his ears. We can't tell whether or not he's really scared or mad. Yeah. These were actually more difficult than I thought they would be. So let's start inking him in. Let's see, where are we on size? There we go. It might be easier to see this if I turned off the background, wouldn't it? There we go. We can see what he's doing. I love this about Procreate, being able to turn off stuff so that you can really concentrate on one thing. Like that a lot. I like that a whole bunch. Here's going over that. Yeah. He's going to have a different color here on his schnoz. And then I'll have a different color here. because donkeys have that weird coloring. Okay. I don't know if it's really actually weird. Yes. Diana says it's good to stay in if possible. Absolutely. It is always a good idea to stay in when it's nasty out. That's one thing you can guarantee in Kansas is if you don't like the weather, you just stick around a little bit and it's different. Well, this is coming along better than I thought it was. I just really didn't like this donkey very much. And I was doing these sketches in the evening last Thursday because Chuck and Dylan had gone bowling. And I had some time to myself. And I thought that it would be pretty boring to try to develop these as I struggled on, at least frustrating for me. I wanted to have my full attention to them. Hind end as he kicks the air. I don't know. Let's see. We'll get the tail in there. And I really like the tulip shape of this. There we go. And, you know, one of the things I learned on this, which was neither here nor there, but I'm going to go ahead and fill that. No, not going to do that. Is that both donkeys and elephants have little tufts of hair on the back of their tail, on the end of their tail. Which I thought was interesting enough. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn the Trumpster off. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did before and color the donkey. Oh, I didn't get his whole foot in because of the... And we want to have it closed so that when we select it, my hand just keeps putting stuff all over. Okay, so let's turn off. Let's see, are we happy with that? I'm going to have to say I am fine with that. So I'm going to go ahead and delete my sketch layer and add a layer. And then we're going to go ahead and do the selection like we did before. Oh. Why can't I select the remove? Because I don't. Okay, and I've also got, I see I got a problem here. I've got the leg in the back. Okay, I'm going to select, and I've got to fix that and close that in. Because he was getting selected. So I'm going to zoom in as I do this selection. So I can, we want the black. Okay, and then here on the hoof. And on the nose. And there. And then we want to invert. Or not. We did want to invert, didn't we? because we don't want to paint outside. Okay. I'll get the hang of this one of these days. Try this again. We're going to add this. We're going to add that, and that. I did it again, didn't I? Shoot. Okay. Wrong layer. So, this. Then remember to invert when you're done with Shooow. This, and invert. So, basically, wherever it's blue is where you want to paint. There we go. Oh, and I want him to be kind of blue. Of course. Why wouldn't he be blue? Trying to decide here. We've got the dark blue. Let's make him a bright blue. And get the right acrylic paint. Look at that. We can just paint, and just stay within our lane. Stay within our lane. Do some paint. This is too much fun. I'm having way too much fun with this. And I hope you're enjoying it. Oh, that's good, Shelly. I know I'm not being very good about watching the comments here, but that's hilarious. Shelly says that their tails were the same with the. I mentioned that the tails were the same with the little tufts at the end, and she says, well, that's because what comes out of that end is about the same, and I'd have to agree with that 100%. You're too funny. I hope other people saw that. I know that people that are on YouTube or YouTube or Periscope probably didn't see that, so got to share those. Share those witticisms, and Shelly is really good at those. Always. And let's see. Let's get some of the darker blue. This is a different, it's kind of a green blue over the top of it. Oh, that makes it glow, and that's nice. I'll put it on his hair. A lot of it on his hair. I'm trying to. Oh, I can bring my opacity up just a little bit. We get lots of blue on there. I kind of like the way the edges kind of get white. I like that. So basically what's doing is the brush is pulling in the white from the background that's masked off, which is kind of cool. I'm going to use this light blue. Let's see what happens. Do it on the muzzle. Oh, it's just kind of dull blue. And I think I'm okay with that because, you know, donkeys are kind of gray. So he needs a little bit of gray on him. Let's do this all on his belly. Make it a different color altogether. And then we can also do his hooves. Hooves probably are traditionally black. We'll do a little bit of darkening on these later. But to give him some variance in color because he's going to be blue donkey, right? And I don't know how much fun it's going to be to watch me to do the other little donkey, other than that he's fearful. Excuse me. Let's see. And then let's get that really dark blue that I line with and use it with the watercolor. It's going to be different. See? It's going to be different. Actually put some shadows in there. This is kind of fun. Let's see, a little bit of shadow on the back. And it's just buttocks. Didn't like that last line. Oh, let's go ahead and make this guy gray here. He looks a little bit maybe like Eeyore. That's not my intention here. Eeyore's usually just sad rather than angry, so can't possibly be the same donkey. Yeah, this weather always makes me kind of feel like yucky, so I'm struggling not to look yucky. Okay, Shelley, you're funny. You got to tell her that one too. She says, Chuck says, I once heard tell of a tale of a man who had a tail. And I'm sure that it was exaggerated. Excuse me, I'm going to have this weather. I'm getting all of my sinuses and everything. The telling of tall tales of aberrant tales usually are. That's what Shelley says, so that's funny. And this conversation's all happening over at Facebook. You guys are funny. Yeah, my husband has an opportunity to chime in today because he is off on Saturdays. Well, sometimes on Saturdays. He's off today. Let's see if we like this. Maybe a little bit of this gold white here and there to set some highlights on him, because I mean we don't need crazy highlights, but that light was coming from the left upper right, so we want to make sure we get some highlights, because everybody else has highlights, so this guy should have highlights. A little bit like that. I'm just tapping around a little bit. Well, I want that tail to have a little bit more dark. Here we go. Oh, got too big. Now I got too small. Gee, Michelle. After only about 20 hours on this, you should be good, right? Okay. And for anybody who's watching that hasn't been watching, this is my new iPad, and I'm just new to Procreate. So that's what we're doing, is we're just experimenting with my Procreate. Put some more color in there, a little bit here at the bottom. There we go. Let's see. Now, let's see where we got. Oh, and this guy's going to also have to be colored in with the white. It looks white there, but I don't think it is. We put everybody else on. But yeah, see, he's got all the stripes behind him. So we'll go with the white and start putting some There. That's coolio. Oh, that's way too 80s, isn't it? Go ahead and turn that off so we can see what we're doing. Well, no, I have to have that on so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Because I'm still in the place where it's still masked. I'm glad I didn't turn that off. Subconsciously making things happen. There we have all the eye. Whoops. I'm just grabbing the little dot at the top and pulling everything in. We don't want that big top to be like a ghost donkey. Is that what we want? Is ghost donkey? No, because they're all too real. All too real. Actually, let's see. Put our elephant in there. I think that's good. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and select both of those, and we're going to stick them together. Woohoo! There's that donkey. Ah, that's funny. Like yesterday I was saying, I thought it was kind of funny to have both of these guys with their butts to the audience. Because, you know, they seem to be talking out of those. Okay. Okay. So, one more little guy, because it just seems like, this is too much, cracks me up. Okay. So, we're going to go ahead and turn everybody off here. And I've got my little scared donkey here. Let's look at him composition-wise. So, because we've got 3 other elements. And I want him to be in that general area. I want him to be small. Mainly because I think that it works really well. I want you to be able to see that he's sitting. He's so tiny. I don't know how. I guess I'm just going to have to use a tiny line on him. But I wanted him to be small. The media seems to be, it's more of my little media donkey, because the media seems to be leaning Democratic. Seems to be. Who am I kidding? It is. And I don't know, do I need to, let me see. Maybe what I need to do is think about, you gotta think past, I wasn't committed with Trumpster here. So let's see if he is, I'm committed with this, I'm not committed with his size. How about that? Come on, why aren't you moving? There we go. And I don't want, I could bring him up just a little bit. Oh boy, it's snapping an awful lot. Take magnetics off, maybe? Oh, there we go. Give him just a little bit bigger hole there in his arm. And what if I move him over? Now, see, if I commit this, his little arm's going to get knocked off. So, actually, what I'm going to do, and I see that I've got a, okay. And then I'm going to do an undo, because I want to duplicate that layer so I don't lose what I had. Okay, so I'll go ahead and bring him up again. And I don't think that that's as important. I don't want to completely lose my crowd either. Bring him down. Kind of looking at everybody. I'm looking at the feet over on the donkey and the elephant, and I'm looking at the little guy that I can move around still, the crowd, and the tie that swishes you back up. The creative process. This is what artists actually do. They actually make decisions as they go along. Well, maybe this guy needs to be flipped. And I can see there's going to be there we go. Then you can see that he's sitting, he's scared, and he's going to get whacked by the elephant. And you know, all these things that I'm working through right now, keeps jumping. Sorry, this is what happens when you're concentrating hard. Okay. I had him there good for a second. There we go. Yeah, commit that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do another layer to ink him in. Take off all the other distractions. You can see that when we had this guy here, we're going to have a problem with the ring behind there, but I think I can, it's not going to be hard to fix later. So we got we got to turn Trump on. We'll bring him up. Grab my mixed blue. Oh, get the syrup. So we want them sweet. Okay, here we go. There we go. Oh, that's a little heavy, isn't it? Oh, he is tiny. I'm going to have to make his outline bigger like I did with Trump. Because he's so tiny. I don't want you to lose him completely in the composition. And then his little ears are coming down. He's holding them like a security blanket. There we go. I got a little frown going on. I'm frowning because he's frowning. Got to empathize with your characters, even if you don't empathize with your characters. There we go. Big old buck teeth, like, you know, I don't remember drawing the buck teeth on the other one. That's weird. Isn't that funny? Did I not put buck teeth on those? Surely we'll notice later. these are more human than they are animal. So Victoria, if you see this, yeah, it's just a cartoon. You get the idea that it's a donkey, despite how his arms look. There we go. Yeah, see, we get. Erase that again. And bring this down. And bring this up. Yeah. Good.
Nice.
Oh, got Dylan. Dylan's here. He's gonna come and bomb. You want to come and say hi?
Yeah, look at my hair. It's all kinds of crazy.
It's Saturday here. It's being off here. Yeah. So
It's looking pretty cool.
Thanks. This is just a part of it.
You know, my buddy said he had a laptop with some similar type of program on it, but he said he was drawing on it, and eventually, after like a couple inches or so, it would just spark out to the side, like.
Oh, it's his palm.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, he needs a glove like this. I don't have my glove on because I have a tendency to use these two fingers or these two fingers. Anyway, so yeah, it's not rejecting his palm.
I was trying to tell him he's pushing too hard.
Well, he might be doing that too. Yeah. You actually have to see it happen to make sure. I don't always know what I'm talking about, Dylan. Yeah, when he was 13, I would never, ever admit that. But now that he's in his 20s, I can admit that. Because he's already seen me be fallible. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and color in our itty bitty donkey. Oh, I'm missing a line, right? And I just erased it. Okay, and erased more than I need to. Here we go. Now, let's see what he looks like with everybody. You want to see what the whole composition looks like, Dylan?
You got Shrek in there too, or what?
No, I've got...
Donkey and Shrek? No.
Yeah, there we go. So we got the donkey here. We got donkey there. And Republican elephant there with Trump. And the big top. And it's a big, big shoe. And I think what's funny is that both the donkey and the elephant have their butts to the audience.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then this little guy's like the media. He's scared and he's scaring people. So, and I think he's going to have a darker outline for him to look right. At least on the outside of him. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do next.
I got all the layers.
Got all the layers going on. I really actually like that a lot.
This program's like an onion. You got your layers.
Yep. So I'm just going to outline the outside of him here so that he looks like he kind of matches the rest of him. You can see when I zoom in on this, it's really, really tight. It looks really pixelated. That's because I'm really zoomed in on him and he's tiny. But all I'm going to do here is just a little outline so that he holds up. So he doesn't disappear. You know, and this little rule was learned clear back in, 86, 88, 87, right around there, when I learned all about hand inking for publications back in the day. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and fill that little bit in. There we go. Let's see. I'm sure he shows up better now. Yeah, you'll see him. He won't disappear completely. So let's paint him in. That should be fairly easy if I can remember now how to mask him off. First of all, I think though, I want to go ahead and do it just a little bit different than what we've done in the past, which was not put the white in. I'm going to put the white in this time first. Oh. Did that still make him? Oh, that filled in the whole thing, didn't it? Yeah. That threshold was high enough that it filled in everything. Actually, I want to put the background on so we can make sure we're filling in everything we need to fill in. Quick. Super easy if all you're doing is the inking and the straight color. And I think we got one more little spot, and that's what I didn't do is put that little hoof pot spot on there. See? We're still in syrup. We need to bring this down just a little and put that in there. Oh, he cracks me up. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is select it. Let's see, add. We want that. We want that. Oh, that didn't get white. And see, this is so tiny that it's all pixelated where you put stuff in. So, okay, and then we invert. And there we go. Awesome. So then we go to over to the brushes, acrylic on canvas. Yep, that's gonna work. I'm gonna make it bigger. Well, I hope I'm on the, yes, I'm on a separate layer. So I can go in and fix that spot there where I got the whites. But I don't want to do that until I get all my coloring done. Gray blue. I don't want to get too detailed on this guy because he's so small. I mean, I could sit and do a whole bunch. But really, honestly, I mean, he's so small. We just want to give him the feel of being part of the group. Highlight there, a little white on the teeth. We did the gray blue on that, didn't we? Gray blue on the mane. A little bit, we'll do it here on his, where he's getting know, because if we had a watercolor brush, I was doing this and it was tiny, we wouldn't be able to zoom in like that. That's the amazing part. Wait, this is it. Get a little blue. I just love how those two blues, one's green blue, one's red blue, reddish blue. They kind of just make it glow. A little secret. Oh, let's see. We were going to do some of this. Get a little bit of... And we do the hooves. A little bit on the tail. And then let's do the highlights. All the highlights come from over here. Okay, it cracks me up. Hope you find this as entertaining as I do. I guess I wouldn't do it if I didn't find it entertaining. Okay, so we want to go back to the previous layer and fix our spots right there before we get out of the mask. Let's see, do we like that? Let's turn people on. And see if we like it. Oh, we don't want both Trumps on, just one Trump. Oh, and the other donkey. Oh, that's coming along. I think I might have to add some more people before this is done. Yeah. And now I'm good with that donkey, I think. It could be more sophisticated, but we're just calling it good for now. I want some more on his belly. I want some of this gold on his belly right in here. There. I don't think it matters. All right. So we turn that one guy on. Let's see. Okay, so there's some stuff in the background I think we need to fix. Oh, we want to go ahead. We're happy with that. We're going to go ahead and pinch that together. And we're going to go ahead and delete that guy and delete that guy. There we go. And so what we have now is we've got Trump here, and the ring doesn't go past his head there. So we've got to fix that somehow. So I'm going to explore something that I've never explored before, which is someplace we can what am I trying to say? That we can clone it. We can clone stuff. And I'm not sure how to do this. So let's go ahead and turn everybody else off so we know what we're looking at here. So we just want to extend this guy over a little bit. So I'm going to just experiment. Okay. I don't know how to clone. Okay. Max brush size. Okay, so how do you tell it that that's what you want to clone? Okay, I think I got it. And if I go over here, oh, look at that. Okay, so what I did was I just pressed on it and it bounced. So it knows now. Let's try that again. Come over here. Go over here. Press on it, long press. And it bounced. So if I come over here. Ooh. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Okay. Oh, wherever that circle is. It might just be easier just to ink it. Move it over here. Nope, it's going to just be easier just to ink the darn thing. Just go in. Oh, got to have the right color. That's why you use a palette. Of course, you got to have the same right brush, right, too. I got crazy. I get crazy. I'm just going to pull that in like that. Close it. Let's see if that's enough to go behind the trunk. Yep, it is. All we needed was a smidge. Oh, I was on the wrong layer. Make sure. Okay, then we could do some erasing. Oh, wait. And I think if I hold... Nope. I was trying to get that color. That's all right. What we'll just do is use this and just color it in. It's not quite the right color. Of course, we're not using acrylic either. That. All we needed was that little smidge right there. And then, let's see. A little on the purple side because that was more of a purple. All right, see how it works out. That guy. And that guy, and that guy. Everybody's, is it an all play? Here we go. And I would like some more crowd, I think. Because I covered so much of the crowd up. See, now I'm being picky on something that's just supposed to be fun. We're going to try that clone stamp thing again. So we're going to go in here and clone. So we'll take, let's just take that up. I just want to move him. So if you move it, you don't want any, look at that. You want to be real careful because I don't want any of that. Okay, I just deleted it. I started to, there we go. Anyway, we're going to get it. It's going to work. I'm going to force it to work. You will bend to my will. Computer. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and select down here. Okay. move the wheel down here. No, that looks too cloned. Somehow I got, there we go. I just want to move him here. Oh, that's interesting. I'm trying to move the clone, and it's copying over the top of it. Okay, just let me. Oh, if I use, it's because I was using my pencil. There's a difference between using your fingers and using your pencil. Interesting. Let's see where his head is. Let's see if that matters. You don't even see it. But you do see that. You see this little black mark here. Oh, clone. Oh, I guess I could just use a smudge. Ooh, that's a huge smudge. I'll go ahead back to the clone tool. There. Okay. Oops, I just undid it. Crying out loud. And then I can always go in, get my blue, get my syrup, and fix anything else here that I think it needs to be fixed. There we go. That guy needs to be fixed. He's whispering to the other bean person. There we go. Oh, details. Details! Okay. I'm going to probably be close to calling this guy done. I don't even know how long I've been on. One last thing. We're going to put some shadows underneath these characters. Oh, there's that guy too. Let's give it some shadows. And we want an acrylic. You know, we don't want them just floating out there, right? That's too much. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Got a little carried away there. Let's bring this down. Bring this up. Just a little on the, just a tiny bit here, so you get a feeling that it's further away. Gets blurrier, but this is a cartoon, for crying out loud. What am I doing? I'm using my painting skills. Then I saw totally that there was a couple of spots that needed to be cleaned up. Oh, that's wrong. No, still not. I am not in my brushes. Well, there we go. There we go. And then where was the other one that was on one of these rings, I think? A little bit there. Well, maybe it ended up in the... Oh, there it is. That's where I saw it. And since I painted over the top of them, they kind of need a revamp, don't they? in the background. And there wasn't a second ring on that one anyway. So there we go. Let's move that elephant around just a smidge. I know. If you're still watching. Because I want his tail to not... There we go. Move him up just a little. Does it matter if he's bigger? Move him down. Got some room over there on the edge, I think. I think he's about where he was, only a little bigger. I don't know if I like the way his tail just wraps in there. Yeah, we're going to leave him. Wraps in that and into the hoof. I guess that kind of brings you up and it brings you back. So there's some things that you think about when composing is how you bring the viewer around and around in your piece. Oh, while we're talking about that, let me go ahead and put some more stuff up here at the big top. Give a little bit of dimension. So you want your viewer to like explore the painting, and so you can actually direct that exactly where they're going to go and what they're gonna, the order of things that they see, or the order they see and then re-see. And that's kind of what I've created here in this piece. I'm just putting a little bit of yellow kind of just everywhere here, just that bright yellow. As above, so below. And so I'm gonna give it all just some atmosphere. Some golden atmosphere. There we go. Okay, so as above, so below. And what I mean by that is... Oh, I put that all on the elephant thingy. Does it matter? Does it matter? And I don't think it does, although I intended to put it on the lower layer. I think we're good. Okay, so even though I screwed that up. So, go ahead. Oh, I was talking about directing your attention. So I would assume that the first thing you would see is the Trump character. Let's put a new... Is this an empty layer? Yes, this is an empty layer. And I'm going to do the bright red and use the syrup and make it kind of big. Okay. And we'll go see that one. Okay. And I'm on it? Yes. Then I don't want to go and screw everything up. So direction-wise, so you kind of see his face, because first of all, we like to look at faces. And then we go kind of like this. And then we see the elephant, and we kind of go around, and then he directs us back up here, and his tail brings us here. And the donkey is looking backwards, so you look at that like he's kicking Trump. And then you kind of go across here. You see what the audience is looking at, and you come back, and you just kind of travel around in a circle like that. Because the big top there, you don't really notice it. This is the kind of the eye direction that I'm hoping it causes people to, so that even the eye story creates the narrative, and the narrative is really up to the viewer. This is what I'm hoping to do. Now the other thing is, there's also the golden ratio, or the golden spiral, which I'm just going to clear this. I thought there was a way to clear it. Oh, I thought that you could just do something like this and clear it. Delete. New layer. Okay, so if I'm trying to remember, the idea is that the golden spiral goes like this. And it's usually off a little bit, so it's probably more like this. And I try to use that as much as I can. Because it's like if it's cut in thirds, okay, I didn't really do that very well. Okay, so it would start right around there. And that's the way I try to do my compositions. And that it's a Renaissance discovery or something that they used regularly in the Renaissance, and it's a formula that works every single time. Okay, I don't know how long I've been on here, but I think that I'm nearly done with this guy. So I'm going to keep some of this stuff in the file itself. I think I can delete that group. So I can select this one, and I can select this one, and this one, this one, and this one, and I can group them. Yep, new group, rename. It is okay, so it's the whole thing. So I've got a few things that are still in here, so I'm going to duplicate that group. And then I'm going to put that group together. So this layer 12 is the image. It's the whole image and nothing but the image, but I still have all this here. So I want to try to keep all that together in case, let's say I want to use the donkey or the elephant again in something. So you kind of want to keep them. And I don't have as many layers. So we're going to turn everybody off. Except for, wow, that makes a difference, doesn't it? Because it was still opaque or transparent. All right, so that's what I want. So I go to here, and I go to share. I'm going to share it as a PNG or a JPEG, and I'm going to save it in my Dropbox. Save. I've got this. Oh, I should have renamed it. Okay, so the other thing I can do is save it as a PSD, which is kind of exciting because now it's going to have all the layers in it. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that in my Dropbox. So I can go in and play with this. What was that? It said there was an error. Exporting. PSD. Saved a file. Saved a Dropbox. But it's okay. I'm going to have to go into Dropbox to find out whether or not it's working. But it'll be here. It'll be here until I delete it into my whole composition. So that's the finished composition. Isn't that fun? Okay, I'm excited. Peanut gallery. Yeah, peanut gallery. See, I'm a little late catching up. All right. Well, I think we're good. I'll post this on my Facebook page. And if you're drawing stuff, feel free to post your stuff on my timeline. I don't know how many people see it. I know Facebook doesn't particularly like me. But, hey, we live with it. All right. Well, I'll figure out what I'm going to do tomorrow and get started. And then I'm going to investigate whether or not people are watching me. I see that there's one on YouTube. I suspect that's Chuck. He said he was watching. And we'll catch you all later. Let's see.